Hey gang, it's Bill from High Volume Games, and welcome to another episode of the High Volume Games Pod. This is episode number 2. As usual, we have a game up on the screen, and it's going to be what we're talking about today. This is going to be about the Oklahoma downloadable content that came out for American Truck Simulator this past week. So you'll see me driving around Oklahoma, and I'll warn you now, it's not the best video. Not the video's fine. It's my driving that's not all that great, and I'll talk about one of the biggest reasons why it wasn't very good in a little bit. You'll see it at some point. But first, let's talk. First off, we are now 8 weeks away from the Boston Marathon Jimmy Fund Walk, and we are 20 weeks away from the Dopey Challenge. So tomorrow, this is being taped and I think released on Friday. So tomorrow, Saturday, I probably will have my off day. And then as I get an itch, I got a haircut today. So yeah, this is driving me nuts. So Sunday I'll do 8.5 miles. Hopefully running it. It will be mostly running. We'll see. This is where, so I'm doing the Boston Marathon Jimmy Fund Walk training path, and this is when the walking path, the walking training module gets a little ridiculous for, say, me, who's all of 5'4", because they want you to do like 8.5 miles in, roughly 2 hours. I think it's 2. I think after that it gets faster, but that's 8 miles in 2 hours is a 15-minute mile, which for a person of my size walking doesn't work. My legs are not long enough for that. So I will definitely be running anyway, to, work on Dopey, but yeah. So that's where we are as far as training goes. I'm not motivated right now, but we got to get out and do it. I'm not doing the weekday ones so far. I was doing them the first 2 weeks. Stopped doing them. So we got to get out there. We got to do this next one. So we are going to talk today about the American Truck Simulator downloadable content that was released on Tuesday. This is Oklahoma. So, for those of you who haven't played it, American Truck Simulator is the sequel, basically, to Euro Truck Simulator 2. It came out in, I'm going to say 2015. I have currently 500 hours in this game. Actually, just crossed the 500 hours. Maybe while I was doing this video. It was either this one or maybe the one before. So you started basically, when it first came out, we started with California and Nevada. And then a few months later, we got Arizona. And then every year after that, we've gotten a couple of states, 2 states a year. And so we have the whole West Coast. We have, California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Nevada, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Montana, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. I might have said some twice, but and now we have Oklahoma. And so I was looking, I've been doing Texas a lot. After Texas came out right around the same time that I did Dopey this past year. And I, had met the Slackers at Dopey, and I'd been talking to J. Crow, since the Slackers all live in Texas. I was talking to J. Crow about Texas and even Colorado, because he's driven from, Texas to Denver for the Boulder. So we were talking a lot about, the area through, central Texas and going up into Denver and all that. So I've been keeping my truck there. I now have 3. No, I think I have 2 garages. One is in Las Vegas, and the other is in Abilene, Texas. So for those of you who haven't played this game, sorry, I got ahead of myself. You start off with one truck. Basically, you take out a loan, you start a truck, you go and you get certain... You do some jobs. First thing you do is basically do like jobs for other people. Then you do once you've got your truck, you do jobs for your company. And then once you've built your company enough, you can then get more trucks. You can hire some drivers to drive those trucks. You get bigger garages, and you can expand. And that's what we've been doing. So that's why I said I have 2 garages, one in Vegas and one in Abilene. The Vegas one is fully stocked 5. The Abilene one is new, so I think I have 3 drivers in Abilene. And yeah, you just go around and doing different jobs, and they do a very good job as far as, when you're going to a place, a certain, locale. They do right with honoring the location. They're not going to be... It's not like Microsoft Flight Simulator where you're going to, if you could fly and basically see your house. Because they're not like that. But if you... I think it's Holbrook, Arizona. If you go there, you're going to see the Wigwam Motel. They're going to they're going to show landmarks. So they're very true to the location as far as just honoring it. You're not gonna see, everything perfect, but you're going to be, if you're in, say, if you know Dallas and you Dallas, you're gonna know you're there. Stuff like that. Same thing with LA, So we got this Oklahoma DLC, and so I took it for a spin. The first one I did was this video, was where I just went from the, I got the map up at this point. I went from Texas, crossed the border into Oklahoma, was supposed to go to Lawton, Oklahoma, and got myself lost, which is where I am in this video. I now ended up in Oklahoma City. I went to try to find a place to be. I ended up going to Tulsa. After getting into a, big wraparound to do that, which you'll see and I'll talk about in a second. And then I went to a few others. I went to Enid. I think I ended up in Lawton at the end of my few. I've played for 3 days now. And so there's been some really good positives for this DLC. I don't have much bad to say at all about American Truck Simulator. First of all, it's just a really good game. It's what I consider my relax game, because it's one of those games where you can turn it on, you can put on some music. They have radio themselves. If you actually go on to click the R button, or if you go into the main menu and click the radio, you actually have radio stations on the game. You can go to Truckers FM, which is actually very fun to listen to. Or you can, like I do, just go on Spotify on your computer and just play. And so I don't have much bad to say, because, here's the thing. Okay, it's 2 states a month, or 2 states a year. So by the time we get to my state, I'm probably going to be 60 years old. If you go to by, but not only are they giving us really good states, and they have gotten so much better from 2015 to 2023 about the product that they're putting out, but they're also going back into those other states and working on, making this better, making that better, adding roads, adding cities, so they're making, even though we paid for, California in 2015, they're still in 2023 giving us, more stuff for that. So it's definitely such a good time. I just this past week, they added a new road a new connecting road into Texas. So it's just more stuff that they do. When I first came through in the 2015, I started in Los Angeles, and your first real kind of place to go would be Vegas. And when you would do that, it was, first of all, it was a flat road. And if you wanted to then go to Bakersfield, you would literally stop on the highway and then turn left onto a double lane road. Now, if you did that, first of all, it takes so much longer because they increased the map. It went from like I'll say a 1/125th scale of the American map to a 1/10th. So it's much, much bigger. They then added a lot of depth, so now you've got hills, you've got up and downs. You've, especially in that LA to Vegas, there's some points where you have got to get that truck going, because you will you're gonna go up this giant hill, this mountain, and your speed is gonna be scrubbed. But it's then fun on the way down, because you don't have the gas going at all, and you're gaining speed. But so they, and then their off ramps are great, and we're going to talk about this, but their rest stops went from little dinky rest stops to now they've got huge things like you would see. So let's just talk about Oklahoma for a few. We're going to talk about one thing we're going to talk about that I noticed instantly on this one was toll booths. Now, in Euro Truck Simulator, they had a lot of toll booths. In American Truck Simulator, there hasn't been many, if any. I think there might have been one or two. I can't remember because there's been so many roads and there's been a bunch of add-ons. I'm going to say there wasn't, but I could be totally wrong on that. I think there was something at Yosemite. Is it Yosemite? Yeah, I think it's Yosemite. What's the one in? Yeah, I think Yosemite's the one in California. Yeah. So, but yeah, when you go to the national park in California, I think there might have been either a stop or something, but we haven't had toll booths, throughout this game. And as soon as you get into Oklahoma, you have, highway tolls. Now, granted, you don't have to stop like you would in Euro Truck Simulator toll booth, wait for the thing to go up and down. This one is kind of like an easy pass, or I know Florida calls it a sun pass. I think we call it an easy pass. I'm not sure. I know the only toll booths in my state is on the Mass Turnpike, so I don't really know what they call it. I think it's easy pass, but so they have that where you basically drive through, and then they'll just charge you. So they're taking more money from you. $2, $9, $11. What is going on here? But it's nice. It's a fun little distraction. Honestly, when you're starting to get into the long roads, and you just have to, you don't have to stop, but you have to definitely, just make sure you get in between. So that is one of the things that I liked about Oklahoma, was the toll booths. The other thing that I really, really like, and I noticed when you go onto the game, one of the things that you see, one of the things that they highlight is the rest stops. There's a ton of rest stops in Oklahoma, and what I really like about this one is that a lot of them are in the middle of the highway. Like, you normally, in my area, you go up the highway right now, there's a rest stop a few exits away, you would go to the right. But I know when I go to, say, I take a bus trip to Atlantic City, which I've done a couple times. Once you get into New Jersey, there's a bunch of rest stops that are in the middle that service both sides of the highway. And this state, and I'm sure there's some of the the rest stops that do that in this game. I could again be wrong, but I think but in this state there are a bunch that are in the middle of the highway, which is nice. It's fun, again, fun, because now I got to go to the left lane to get into this rest stop to either gas up or sleep. And again, it's just variations that because most of us have been playing this game since day one, and so they're just finding different ways to vary the game. And it's something little like that just makes it so much more fun, at least for me. One thing I'm gonna state, and I think it's coming up, so a few years back, this is my critique, but it has nothing really to do with Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma is very nice. It's, what is it, 75? Let's go with that. First of all, let's talk about the miles per hour. 75 on the regular highways. It's 60 when you go into, the main parts of the city, like Oklahoma City, I think Tulsa, which is okay. I mean, but you have all these really nice lane highways that I liked. I was coming out of Tulsa, going back, or I think I was going to Enid next, and it was fun because you had to, like, the 2 lanes to the left were going to Kansas. I think it was a north and a south, so it was going up to Kansas and then was going back south to Texas, and so you had to stay to the right on that, but then you had to make sure you went to the left, because right after that you were getting into like the Oklahoma City. So if you wanted to keep going west, you had to stay, now you had to get over to the left, and it's fun. Again, that was variations that, so you're not just doing one straight long road. They're just finding ways to make it interesting for us. So those are that's a good thing. But one thing that I have to critique, and again, it's not Oklahoma, it's the kind of the game in general. A few years back, they decided to, again, for these variations, they decided to give us little things that were happening on the road. So there could be like a police officer pulling someone over, or someone breaking down. I actually saw one video where one game I was playing yesterday, where the guy's, I'm going to say his radiator was like causing a geyser to go in the air. And that was very interesting. But is this where I did it? No, this isn't where I did it. Okay. But so they made all these different variations, little things that are going on. But one of them that sort of starts to drive you nuts at the point is when they block the road. And this happened to me in this video. I think it's coming up. Or it might have happened. I'm not sure. But I think it's coming up. But they blocked the road. And which is fine. You generally have to it just makes you have to alternate your path and find another path. Which, now, I know that happens in real life. Something happens, accident, construction, they're going to block the road. You got to go here, go there. I get it. The problem that I had is that, okay, if I'm going to do that, say I'm going to do that, on 24, which, and I get off, I have to get off at exit 15. Well, sorry. Okay, here it is. It's exactly right here. You see this, this fire truck, and there's, this road is blocked. Okay. So they're going to send me off. Now, normally in a real life situation, you could probably either GPS, find your way you could wrap around it. There's usually a way to the next exit, an alternate route to the next exit. Well, because you're not putting every single road out there, because that would take forever. And I totally get that. You're in this situation here where even if I went and turned around, I couldn't get back on this highway. And so now I'm on this road that is essentially a dead end with a little turnaround at the end. You're actually going to see me go to the map because I'm not sure where the heck I'm supposed to go. And my GPS is telling me to turn around. Well, it's not the easiest thing to do to turn around. I probably could have thrown it in there and just ticked everyone off. But I took the right, went down this road, and now I'm like, okay, this is pretty much a dead end road. And even you can see on the GPS, it's still telling me to turn around and then go onto the highway that I'm now blocked. So here's me now going to the map and trying to see how the hell I'm going to turn around. And see, you can see that, okay, I'm on a dead end road that is eventually going to turn. This is where another company is. So I figure, okay, I'm going to go up, turn left, and eventually be able to, turn around. So, like normally in real life, you could probably find a back road to get to the next exit and get off. But in this case, it was like, okay, I have to absolutely turn this thing around. And again, I probably could have, we got 4 lanes, but it took me a minute. Then I had to go, again, you still couldn't go east. So you eventually had to go back west and then try to find another way to Tulsa with, through that. And it takes forever. And they're just trying to make it realistic, but, it added another, I guess the good thing is it added another 15 minutes of film time. But you're going to see me essentially at one point give up, turn into a gas station, and drive into somebody's lawn. But that's all right. I mean, if that's the thing you got to complain about, you got to play more. Oh. That's a good problem to have, But that was the one little thing that I can complain about, was that these road closures are much more frequent than they were. Obviously they weren't there for the first few years. Then they added those on, and I feel like it seems like almost every long run you have, or every other long run you have, you're going to have one like road closure, and it gets to the point where you want to just, you want to basically go into the breakdown lane, because they're not going to stop you. They're not going to find you. Just barrel your way through the breakdown lane. Yeah. This is me. Okay. This is where I'm going to pull my move. Once we get to this end road here, because there's a gas station on the corner, and I am going to just send it. I'm also I wanted to show you this view. I really like how the sky and the houses, they did a fantastic job on everything. Again, comparing where we were in 2015. Here it is. There's my send off into the gas station, which the gas station is not a legit gas station for the game. Like I couldn't go and put gas in right now. This is just and here I go. I'm on the grass. And then I go, and here comes a car. I don't think I clipped the car, but did I clip that? I'm pretty sure I clipped that sign. And I missed that mailbox by like 10 feet. Not even. That was probably like 2 feet. What am I talking about? But yeah, I tried to show you guys this different look while I was driving. It is hard as hell to drive like this. If you guys do this, if anybody actually that plays it and watches this, if you drive like this and these different, I tip my hat to you. I cannot. I like this mode, but you can't rotate the camera. This is the first time I've ever been in this roof cam, and I've never driven like this. But then as I'm getting towards this intersection. I did not know you could not rotate the camera, so so I immediately switched back. But I just like there's a plane flying by right now. It just, they have done so well with the clouds and just the scenery in general. As we go on, I'm probably not gonna. I might not get through this whole video. I'm not sure. But there's a sunset because of this. I'm causing this to be very late in the game. I think I ended up being like 4 minutes late for your arrival, and I think it cost me $22. Jerks. What am I sitting at this point? 130,000 or something like that. 120,000. It cost me $22. This darn backup here. But no, I will say the Oklahoma DLC is great. From what I've played with this video, plus the consecutive days that I played after that, I have absolutely enjoyed it. I'll probably stick around, and the good thing is now you have so many. Once you get enough drivers and they start leveling up and they start making money, you have more freedom to do what you want to do. So in this case, because I've got a new state and I don't have to travel, 5 states at this point, for now at least. I can go and do these little, 125-mile journeys that get me $6,000 because, they're gonna make the money that pays off the original truck loan, and then they're gonna make the money that's going to. This is again me now trying to figure out. Okay, I am stuck because I can't go west. No, I can't go east. Sorry, like they want me to. So now I have to take my GPS thing, make a westerly, or make a north and then go east. West, then north and east. Again, that's just, if they put in every single highway and byway and all these roads that go in that, we wouldn't get 2 states a year. So that's my critique is not really a critique, or is not really, as much a complaint, because I understand it's just, when you're so close, like this probably would have taken me, I probably would have been done with the level by this point. I'm getting dinged for headlight usage too. So we'll say about the truck that I'm using right now, I could not tell, when I have the lights on until it is fully dark, and your headlight usage rule is well before it gets, dark out. So I was getting dinged for this. This was a very bad run for me. I don't know if it's because I was trying to film it for this. But yeah, if you want to play American Truck Simulator, I would definitely check it out. If this, looks appealing to you, I would 100% check it out. It's not expensive to get the original game. I'm gonna just check it right now. Live TV. Truck Sim Steam. That's all you have to do. Go onto Steam. Go to American Truck Simulator. American Truck Simulator normally costs $20. And you will get California and Nevada. Right now, it is on sale for $5. And it is on sale a lot. Honestly, Steam has lots of sales. It just happens to be a weekend deal. But Steam has lots of sales, and American Truck Simulator is always in the sales, and it's always $5. Then you can go to the DLCs. Every single DLC with the exception of Oklahoma. Oklahoma costs $11.99. Every DLC, with the exception of Oklahoma, is on sale right now. Like I can see Oregon is 70% off. Normally it's $11.99. It's $3.59. Same thing with Washington, Utah. Then Idaho and Colorado are 50% off at $6. So, and I know my cousin Eric and I have talked about it where, you know, a lot, you have to buy this and you have to buy this and you have to buy this, and every year or every 6 months you're buying a new thing. But the way I look at it is I look at it as a system. This is its own system essentially, and every 6 months you're buying a new game for it. So every state you buy it for is going to give you tons of a decent amount of hours of entertainment, and like I said earlier, they're giving you a new state here, but they're also throughout the year giving you stuff for your old state. And again, those of you who buy it now, this game is so much better than it was in 2015. And so those of us who have been there since day one can appreciate, how much it's, improved throughout the years. But you guys will get who are going to start this are going to get a heck of a game for, like I said, right now it's selling for $5. So I would 100%, if you're interested in this game, if it looks good, just look at that. First of all, I think I go to the sunset mode at some point, but just looking at that, the sunset looks nice. This, this truck in front of me who's slowing down but is looking nice. Everything is good. Just stay away. One thing I will say, I noticed this. It might even be coming up, but I won't be able to pick it off from the screen. I saw the nice little police officer, just off to the right by the overpass. That was, sneaky. Because yes, there are police officers. I will say, it's always been a thing in like Euro Truck. If you're doing something wrong, that's when a police officer kind of, generates. But I noticed, and I think it's right here actually. If you notice, yeah, that guy was just that police officer to the right was just, there, and he got me for my headlights, which now it's dark enough that I finally turned on the headlights. But so yeah, that was a sneaky little police officer right there. But yeah, no, it's such a good game, and those of you who want to get it, head on over to Steam. Like I said, right now they're having a weekend sale. I'm going to put this up right now so that anyone who watches this and is excited about this can check it out. You can see a nice rest stop over there in the middle. And I have gone to the much harder to drive back camera. But so yeah, I hope you guys check it out. And if you do, let me know. There is multiplayer. There's convoys. Oh, we have a person pulled over there. Like I said, those little diversions. I was wondering why I turned so sharply to the left, but that's why. Okay. So yeah, if you get it, let me know, because they have convoys, and I've never gotten to try that because I don't have people who play it. So it would be great if you ended up deciding to get it. Let me know. Or if you have it and you're seeing this video and you're going, this guy is foolish, but if you have it, let me know. But yeah, and again, let me know what you guys think of this pod. And I'm at a crossroads with High Volume Games right now. I don't know what I'm going to do for the future of the channel, so let me know. And I think next week we may talk about the Lakeshore Limited, the start of the Denver trip, unless something else happens. Like, this was supposed to be the Lakeshore Limited talk, but we then found out that Oklahoma was getting released. But I think this is gonna, if I continue this, I think this is going to be kind of the format we do for everything. Because we can do trip recaps, we can do running race recaps, we can do game recaps, all on this, with this thing where we film something, we put it on here, and then I just talk on it about it. So this is my chance to just kind of, like I said, it was mentioned on the Slackers recap video of the Dopey Challenge that I'm high volume games, but I'm in real life low volume games. So this is kind of my way to get my voice out, even if I'm talking to myself. It's just kind of my way to just talk about the things I love. So we'll see. Give me some feedback. And I hope you guys have a great night. As you can see, we have the much darker now highway. I think we're just got to Tulsa, and it says like 20 miles from the exit. So we made it through the whole ride. But I'm going to leave it there. 36 minutes. We'll go with that. So everyone have a great night. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Talk to you later, everyone. Bye now.